On this one, let's add code that will run when we multiply. Take the add button, Control C and then Control V. Okay, place that next to it right here. The copy that is. All right, hold on. I'm using the touchpad, so it's tricky. So right click here, go to its properties, open up the properties pane on the right side as usual, and then find the following the name property, punch into that box, and then type in there btn multiply, and then hit enter. Okay, scroll down and then find the text property. So where it says text, change that so it says multiply. Click on the form here and then expand the size of the button so things are visible, and then double click on the multiply button. Let it bring up the code, and we're going to do things a little bit differently. So we're still going to use this process input method developed in the previous video, so make sure you watch that. But I'll type var and then entries is equal to process input and then terminate with a semicolon. The only difference is now we're going to use LINQ, so we're going to say the following. Var product is equal to, and then you can use entries dot, and then you can use the aggregate method like this. And then you put a set of parentheses, and I have to specify the correct objects in here. So specifically, we first have to put in like the seed value where it says t accumulate seed. So because we're going to be multiplying, you're going to put a 1.0 in here because you got to make sure that you're beginning with the 1 when you multiply. So you, for example, do like 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, you get the correct product. Okay, comma, and then it says some other stuff like func t accumulate double t accumulate. There we're going to use the following notation, put x comma y, and then this symbol right here with the arrow pointing to the right, and then just type x times y, and then terminate with a semicolon. But this line I've written will just go through the entries and multiply them all together, that's all. Punch down the line, let's display the results. So LBL output.text plus equals, we're going to build up, and then dollar symbol, double quotes, string interpolation, and then we'll say product equals, set of curly braces, and in there you can just type the product variable name. And again, because we want to make sure everything is stacked on its own horizontal line, do a /n at the end and terminate with a semicolon. And that's it. So this should work okay now. So let's see, debug, start with debugging, Control F5, let it get built and loaded into memory as usual. You can see how it runs in practice. Pull this into the middle of the screen here and put some simple values like 1, 2, 3. So when you multiply those, you get a product of 6. That's correct. When you add them, you get a sum of 6. Let's do this one, make sure it's working. So do the product 24. Well, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 4 is 24. That's correct. When you add them, you get 10. That's the different sum now. Multiply some negative numbers, like for example, -1, -2, -3. So that's -6. Is that correct? -1 times -2 is +2. +2 times -3 is -6. That is correct. When you add them, you also happen to get a sum of -6. And put some junk, and then put some good numbers also there, like this. So some junk, some good numbers that multiply. So is this working? -1 times -2 is +2. +2 times -3 is -6. -6 times 4, that's -24. That's correct. Like this number 7, 8, and 8, 9 does not include it because it's, for example, instead of between commas, then it's got that FDS next to it, you see? So that's rejected. That doesn't count. It has to be a number, the way our code is designed, between commas or something convertible to numerical form. No other symbols around it. Terminate this. That's really it. So I'll see you in the next video.